So we will uh, talk about strings today, right? So what is a string? String is collection of alphabets, right? So whenever we have to represent some text data, right? In Python, we use string. So you can declare string as, with double quote, right? You can even declare string as single quote. Okay? You can even declare string as triple quote. Okay? Or even as right? All four are valid ways of declaring a string. So if you want to declare, when you want to check, so okay, I can say print type of text1, comma type of text2, comma type of text3, type of text4, right? And when you run, each of these will be string, right? So you get string, 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 string. Okay. What then? What's the difference between triple and uh, single or double, right? So in triple quote, you can write multiple lines as well. Okay, you can say, "How are you? Where are you going? Okay, when will you be back? Okay, I'm fine. I'm going to. I will be back in the evening." Now, if I print text3 or text4, okay, you get multi-line text. So when you have to give multi-line where you want the program to maintain that slash n, okay. Now if I try to give multi-line here in text2, what happens is, okay, this will start giving me error. Okay. So one way is that you put a quotation here, end the quotation, and you put another quotation. Now, but when you run text2, okay, you won't get error. Okay. Okay. But when you print text2, okay, okay, unexpected indent, right? So you run it now. Good morning is printed. Good day is taken as next line. Okay, and it is not added to this variable, isn't it? So if you want to maintain that, okay, if you want to maintain this structure as well, like new line structure, right? These are a new line, isn't it? So how are you? Where are you going? When will you be back? All these are in three different lines, isn't it? That's the advantage of using triple quotations. If you want to maintain multiple lines, create multiple lines, use triple quote. Yes? Okay. Next thing is you can add to string. Okay. So I can add text1 and text2. Text1 text2. And when I run it, not equal to plus. I can run text1 and text2. So hello, good morning, good day is added together. Okay, it is added together without any constraint or problem, right? So you can add two string like that. See, so you can add two numbers, that is a mathematical addition. You can add two string, that's a text concatenation, we call it. Okay, you club the text together. Okay, so if I declare 7 as a string, so if I put 7 in quotation, it is 7 as a string. And then if I put 8 quotations is 8 as a string. And when you run it, you will get 78. Right? So that's how the string concatenation work. Okay, that's how string concatenation work, isn't it? Right?
When you give it in double quotes, it joins it as it is.
No, sorry, what's that?
Like when you give, even if you give numbers in double quotes or quotes, it'll just join it like 78, like concat it.
Yes, because
Okay.
string, isn't it? It's not a number.
Okay. It doesn't take it as a number.
Doesn't take it as a number. It's not a number, right? It's a text. Okay. You can even multiply a number. Okay. You can even multiply a number, or so not number. Of course, you can multiply a number. You can multiply a text. So I'm saying txt1 into 4 into 4. So text one is hello, right? So you get hello 4 times. Hello, hello, hello. Right? Now, if you want to have 7 4 times, okay, you'll say I've entered a number. Let's say user has entered a number, and you want to create 4 times this. So what you can do is you can say number equal to, right, int of str of 78. So first we converted into str of 78, then you multiply by 4. Okay, bracket is not required, multiply by 4, and then you convert it back into number, right? So now number is a number only, okay, and it is 78, 78, 78, 78, right? Just a trick, I mean, small trick can do this feature. Make sense? So you can add to string to concatenate. You can multiply a string to repeat that string. So when you say multiply, one part is string, another part is a number, right? So the string will be multiplied that many times.
So just in line 18, so the user is in actually in 17, the user is given 78 as a number. So the user is given it as int, so we are converting into string, right?
See, if I tell you, I'm just giving you an example. I don't know where you can use it, but let's say I enter 7, and you should return 7,777. I enter
Okay.
100. So you should enter, should return 100, 100, 100, 100 4 times. You are
Okay.
repeating it. Okay. Just a situation. I don't know what's the useful of it, use of it. But if you want to do that, you can convert into string, multiply with 4, and convert it into integer. So now you have an integer number. Because see, if I tell you to do that in number, it is not possible, or it will be very difficult, right? You don't know which number it is, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to multiply with 1,000, 10,000. You don't know what it is. So, but using converting into string, multiplying and reconverting into integer,
It's
that's
easier.
it's, yeah, one simple code you can do it.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Okay. So sure. Now you can, okay, use loop to iterate through a string. Okay. So I can say for I in, okay, instead of range I'm going to use, okay, so before that let's talk about in itself. Okay, so in is called membership text. Okay, so here if you have text 4, right, fine. So I want to see if find, okay, find in text 4. right? So membership test. Sorry. Is left side value member of right side value? Right? So left side is fine. Is it in the right side? Okay. So test means either you will pass or fail, isn't it? So you'll return you as true or false. If it is there, true. If it is not there, false. Okay. Since fine is there, it's return true. If I make it F capital, it will be false because fine we have in small case, lower case, right? Not in fine. Okay. So this is the membership test you can check in. Now you can do for loop very similar to how we did for loop in range. Okay, so I say for I in, now if I say text one, I will run, okay, how many times? The length of text one. What is the length of text one? Text one is hello, isn't it? Text one is hello. So it will run 5 times. And what would be the value of I? It's going to be HELLO, right? So if I print I, okay, and let me print it in the same line. I'm going to say n equal to, again I'll bring it. So I have to put it in the same line. So how many times it's going to run? It's going to run 5 times. Okay. So this is another way of running a loop 5 times. You say for I in hello, right? If you say for I in hello, okay. So it will, I will take first H, E, then L, then O, right? And you get L. Did we do all these things before?
No, we didn't do this loop
No, but other things that
membership test.
these things did we do before?
Uh,
Doing it, no? None of these things we did, right?
yeah, you didn't tell about the triple quote one. Like it can be,
Okay,
you
then fine.
know,
Then
yeah.
it's fine. Okay. Then we have not done. Okay. Somehow I felt you. Okay. That's okay. Okay, so so this is how you can run through a loop, right? We discussed about forward and backward indexing, isn't it? Minus.
Yeah, so we did that.
Yes, I remembered that we did it. Okay. What was that? Hold on. Okay. So yes. So now let's test some of the functions that we have already discussed, right? Our methods of string class. Okay. So let's say I want to. So I have a text here. Okay. Let's say I put a text here. Good morning. Okay. Now I need to reverse the string. Okay. I need to reverse the string. Okay. Now we did discuss that strings are immutable, isn't it? What does that mean? Okay. Strings are immutable. You can't edit the string. So I cannot say text one of 0 equal to h. You cannot say good morning, for example, right? If you put h, we are expecting the text one of 0, that is g to become h, right? Now if I print text one, okay, it will not come till here. Line note 27 itself, you get error. Error is that strings are immutable. This is my text one, right? String object does not support item assignment. You cannot assign to string. It means you cannot edit a string. Okay, you cannot edit a string. You can overwrite a string. But you can overwrite. Overwrite in the sense I can say text one equal to h plus text one of, okay, first one we don't want, we want second, and from second till the end. So now if you do, you get. So here, when I say text one equal to, the entire text one is getting edited, overwritten. Okay, entire text is getting overwritten. Right. So it does not. It does not. What do you say? Allow to edit the text. Okay.
Okay.
Not taking so much of time. Okay, we are running. I think first time after we open this page. Okay. So it does not allow to edit the text, but you can overwrite. Okay, this is overwrite, something equal to I'm saying. So fresh value is getting added to it. Okay. Great. Now, question is, okay, reverse this text. So I have text one, which is, okay, good morning, and I want to reverse the text. So what I'll do is I'll create a reverse string, something to store the value, and this is blank. Okay. Now when I run the loop, okay, so I'll run the loop for I in text one. Okay, so I will be first time it will be G, right? So I'll say reverse str equal to I. Okay, the next one, the next time, okay, it will be O. Now O should be added to the previous value, and O should be added toward to the left so that H goes towards right, right? So I'm going to say reverse string plus I. Okay. Now when I print reverse string, see if we get it or not. Reverse str. Right? Run it. Now, so you want the new value to be added to the right or to the left? I is the new value. This is the old. So new values are added towards right, isn't it? The first H and then you add O to the right. O should be added to the left. Right? Now when you run it, right? Good morning. Text is reversed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's say you got a text here. Okay, let's say you got a text and the text, okay, the given text. Okay. So I'm going to say given text is, okay, okay, and these are separated by semicolon. The chain OD. Okay. These are all separated by say semicolon. Okay. I want to read it as a without semicolon, or you want to read it as a separate value, right? Or let's say we want to read it without semicolon. To replace semicolon with space. Now, to replace semicolon with space, you have the replace, correct? So, okay, so you'll have given text equal to given text dot replace old value. What is old value? Semicolon with new value,
Comma space.
comma space. Yes. This is old value and I'm replacing old value with new value. Now when I print given text, what happens? Yes, you got it. But
Yeah.
let's first, okay, before I running, I run this. Okay, I assume that it is colon. I assume that it is colon. Okay, so now when I run it, what happens? The text did not get replaced, isn't it? Because it did not find colon. Okay, so you can have a condition here. What is the condition? If, okay, colon here. Let's say I'm just trying, okay? If colon in, or you can type find. If given, understood, right? You can say if colon in given text, then you perform this. Otherwise, you can say sorry, text doesn't have colon as separator. Okay. So now when you run it, okay, you won't get semicolon, you get a message saying that invalid. Okay. Now, I mean,
The same message. Sorry, text doesn't have colon.
and this message you can print it inside. Okay. So that even if valid value, you will get given text. Otherwise, you won't get given text. Right? And the colon separated. Now you can say semicolon. And now, okay, see semicolon you have given here, right? Here also you have to give semicolon, isn't it? In this case, it worked. Right? You can even use find here. You can even use find to check. Okay, right. So the book also has some examples, about 6 to 7 examples. Did you track? Please try that if you haven't. Okay. Now let's say I want to let's try this program. So for that we have to use list. So we'll talk about list and then we'll do that. Okay, we'll write a program. Okay, to read a string and find all the numbers. Okay, and find sum. Okay, read a string and find sum of all the numbers only. Find sum of all the numbers only. Right. So if my input text is okay, so I need to find sum of 4325093409370. Correct? Okay, so simple. I'll put sum equal to 0 and I'll say for I in text 1. And I'm going to check if I is a digit, isn't it? If I dot digit, correct? So how do you check is digit, isn't it? Not. Okay. So if I dot is digit, then you do sum plus equal to int of I, right? I is a string, right? So to convert into integer before you can say print is. Okay. So what I'm trying to do with these examples is to tell you that this is how whatever we have learned, these functions, you can use it to, create this small logic here. This answer is 49. 7 plus 7, 14. 14 plus 9. 14 plus 9, 23. Plus 7, 40. Plus 9, 49. No. No, 39, right? 39
Yes.
plus 10, 49. Welcome, Harsh.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
What happened to Neeraj? He's not coming these days.
Sir, because he has counsel, sir, for his college. So that's the reason he's going here. And that's he cannot manage few days. Sir.
Sure, sure. Okay. So this is how you can add. Now, okay. So now you find the sum. Now what I want is, I want to find the single sum. Okay. Keep on adding till you get a single value. Okay. So this is sum, right? I don't want, okay, sum. So find sum of all the numbers and numbers only, and keep doing till you till okay, numbers only, and keep doing till you find single number. Okay, so if you get 49, then again I have to add 4 plus 9, which is 13. 13 is again double digit, right? Again you have to add and say
1 plus 3.
1 plus 3, 4. Right? This is how this numerologist, right? Astrologers will do that, right? You keep on adding a number till they get a single number, right? So they'll get between 0, not 0, they can get, I don't know, 1 to 9 or 0 to 9, whatever, right? So, how do we do that? So see, so this is the way to get the numbers from the text. Once you are done, now it is about the numbers only, nothing to do with string, right? So in this case, okay, I will have to check, okay. So this is sum, right? Okay, so we got sum, which we have read the text, we got the sum. Next, we have to iterate through this. To iterate through this, we can divide it by 10, right? So you have a number, you divide that number by 10, and then keep on doing that. But that probably will be more difficult. Easiest is to do this one only, right? So what I'm going to do is, after getting this, I'm going to say sum str equal to string of sum. I don't know. I mean, you could try to do it different way. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to run this loop. Okay. But you don't know, okay, how many times that repetition should happen. So what I'm doing is, okay, I am taking the sum string. I'm going to say while len of some string, while len of some string, okay, is exactly 1. If the sum of len of some string, right, if it is more than 1, while not equal to 1, right, that's when you get inside, right? I'll say not equal to 1. If it is not equal to 1, then you get into this while loop. Otherwise, while loop will break, isn't it? Now I'm going to run the same thing here. I'm going to run same thing here.
But we need to replace text 1 with
We'll replace this step by step. Okay. So for I in some string, isn't it?
yeah.
Some string that we have to do. Okay. Now you keep on adding. Okay. So you got, after for loop is done, you have sum. Now sum is fine. Now what we'll do is we will convert this sum into some string. into sum. So it goes back here, checks is a size 1? No. Then again it has to go inside and perform this. Okay, let's see if this is correct or not. Let's try and see. And we have to print it also, right? Okay, this is intermediate step, just to make sure that we know what it is. And I'm going to say final sum, something like this. It's running forever. Okay, it's running forever. Okay, the size is not becoming 1. It entered into an infinite loop. Length of substring okay. So what is happening is sum is here, isn't it? Correct? Sum is never setting to 0. What is happening is if you get 49, we're adding to 49 only, isn't it? Sum has to reset to 0, isn't it? Before we run the loop.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are not setting sum equal to 0. So because of which what happens? This 49 plus 13 plus it keeps on going. Okay, value.
So it never comes to
Yes,
1, the length.
correct. Because we are adding to the previous value only. So we have to reset to sum before starting for loop. Correct? So now if you run, we should get it. So value is 4, isn't it? Yes?
Yes, sir.
49 is 13, 13 is 4.
4.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
If you want to test it, we can add few more numbers to it. Okay? So what I'm going to do is the same here. Let's repeat it. Okay. Okay. Now, what we can even do is, okay, we can club these things together. Okay. See, when you are doing on a string, okay, I did it to show you the difference. Okay, but see, the logic is exactly the same, isn't it? Just that here some string, okay, is different. Okay, so what is happening is some string is nothing but like our text. Okay, so I'm going to delete this entire thing. Okay, and I'm going to say while len of txt1 txt1 not equal to 1, correct? Okay, and this is your txt1. So earlier txt1 is this entire thing, then txt1 is the sum of this, okay, so on. Okay, see, we got 1 before, right? We should get 1 now also, correct? We got 1. Okay, not substring. Okay, this is error, right? So this will be our len, sorry, txt. We do have nothing called some string. Okay, same way, right? The logic is same, right? We are repeating the same logic, right? Earlier we are searching in a length, string which has characters also. Now we are searching only in string which has only numbers. But how does it make the difference? There is no difference between them. We can directly run them as a single loop and still get the same answer. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how you can perform sum of numbers in a text. Keep on performing till you get single value sum. Okay, with that we end our string discussions. Okay, we'll move to new topic, which is list. Any questions before we move to list?
Sir, the above example you explained about reverse, right? I didn't get it exactly. Like, can you once just the reverse thing? Yeah, line 33, you said reverse string is equal to I plus reverse string, right?
See, reverse string is first blank.
Okay.
It is blank. Then what I'm doing is I'm reading a value and adding to the right, to the left, not to the right. So first iteration, you have blank and then H is added to the left. So it will be H. Second iteration, reverse string is H. O is added to the left. So it is OH. Reverse string is OH now. Third
Okay.
iteration, again O comes. O is added to the left. So left of OH. So it becomes OOH. Then
Oh,
DOOH. Then space DOOH. Right? It keeps doing the reverse like this. Isn't it?
okay.
Reverse means what? See, reverse means, let's, again, we talk about the concept of queue. So you have a queue here, right? And in the queue, person will stand from left to right, isn't it? And people who is on the left most is the first person. Now, if you take that person and put it in the next queue, so in next queue also he'll be in the first position only, right? So instead, what we're doing is, okay, we are taking the first person and we're making him stand in the last, saying you have to stand behind. Then take second person and you make him stand in front of the first person. Okay, third person making him stand in front. This is how you'll be able to reverse a queue. Queue, right? In queue,
Yeah.
you have a standing in front of a ticket counter for movie ticket. Okay, and you want to reverse the queue. You want first person to become the last person to become the first. Okay, so to do that, if you take the same person, make him stand in the back, what happens? They keep all going behind. This person will again be first. So
Yeah. Yeah.
taking him in a different queue and making him stand at the last. Second person in front of him, in front of the first person, isn't it? That's why I'm putting on the left side, in front. Keep-
Okay.
So you have a sheet of paper, right? You have 10 papers, and you want to put, and let's say you took a printout, and printout has given you reverse order. 10, you have one is your bottom. You can't pin it, right? You have to now make that 10, which is on the top, to go back
Back. So first 10, then you put 9 behind 10.
on top of
Yeah.
it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
8, then 7, then 6, then 5, then 4.
Then 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Now you have papers in correct order.
Correct order. Yeah. Okay.
Like that. So you are putting in front, on top, on front, isn't it? So I'm taking one by one and putting in front. So I'm taking one sheet, putting it down. Second sheet on top of it. Third sheet on top of it. So on. Now
Okay.
you have 1, 2, 10.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now we'll talk about list. What is list? Okay. List can store multiple values. As simple. It's a linear collection. We call it linear collection. That means a straight line collection. Okay. Collection means it has more than one value. So far, what we have been seeing, okay, a teacher, float, boolean, complex, they have one values. Even if you take string as such, it's a one value. Okay, because though we are writing multiple characters, we are giving it together. Of course, you can take a member of it. So you can debate. Okay, you can debate that string is a collection or a single member, right? You can call it a collection also, right? It has more than one character. But list is definitely collection. Okay. So how do you define a list? So remember how to define a list. How do you define a string? Using quotation, single, double, triple, whatever. List is defined using square bracket. So we put square bracket like this. Okay. Variable name equal to square bracket. So now this has become your list. So if I say type of list one, and when you run it, okay, it will show as list. Okay, it has become a list. And how to assign values? You simply assign values like 2, 4, 5.5, okay, You can assign a text also to it. Okay, hello. You can define Boolean. You can define complex. In fact, you can define a list also inside a list. Okay. So this list has how many values? How many values this list has?
4.
It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. Okay. So see, this is how the team is. Okay. I always say this example. When you see, each of us are individual. We have our own strength and weakness. We are all, have our own set of properties. But when we form a team, okay, we are all are equal. It doesn't matter whether you have integer or float or a string which has again 5 characters or a list also inside a list. This entire thing is considered as one member. See, individually this is a list. Individually this is a boolean. Individually this is a string. But when you put them together as a list, they all behave as a single list, and we have first member, second member, third member, fourth member, fifth member, and sixth member. So we have totally 6 members. Indexing starts from 0, just like string. So I'm not going to talk about the indexing. We have already done it long time back on how to get first member, last member, middle member, series of member using backward and forward indexing. All those are applicable here. I want first member, right? On first member, I'll simply say list 1 of 0. I want last member. I will simply say list 1 of -1.
-1 or 2.
So now if I want hello and true, okay, if I want hello and true, I can say -3 colon -1, right? I'll get hello and true. Okay, I want true and this list. So I will say -2 colon leave it blank. So you get true and 369, right? So this is same way that we have done in the string. Okay. Now I told you, right? Individually they are same. So if I say, see, if I say type of list 1, I'm getting list, right? Because it's a list. Now if I say type of list 1 of say -2, what will I get? Type of list 1. So first, what is list 1 of -2?
True.
True. What is type of true?
Boolean.
Exactly. Individually, they don't lose the property. Individually, they are still Boolean, string, okay, float, whatever, right? But okay, when you put them, totally they become string. Okay. So okay, so now if I say type of, or I don't say type. Okay, let me remove the type. Okay, if I say a list of -3,
Hello.
hello, right? And -3 is a string. So if I want only LLO, what should I do? -3 of -3 colon. So this is going to give me the string. This is string, isn't it? This is string.
Yes.
So -3 is string. And string bracket open indexing. Indexing, see, indexing is always square bracket, whether you're doing indexing for string or list or tuple or dictionary or whatever you do, indexing is always square bracket. So list 1 of -3 is going to give me a string, and then this is how we perform, right? String of -3 colon.
Yeah.
So, oops. Okay, now when you go and run, you'll get LLO. Okay, so this is how you can get a member from list and you can use it like an individual member, right? I want to find sum of 2 and 4. I can simply say print list of 0 or 1, let's say, plus list 1, right? Okay, I got that wrong. I wanted to put 1 before it got into square bracket. Okay, so list 1 of 1 plus list 1 of 0 will give us 2 plus 4, 6. Right? Because list 1 of 1 is an integer, list 1 of 0 is an integer. Right? But when you talk about two lists, let's say I have list 1 there and list 2 here, which says 4, 8, and 12. I can add list 1 and list 2. Just I added, earlier list 1 plus list 2. So similar to how I added the string before, you'll get list 1 here. So what is that? We should get. So this is list 1 values. When I say list 1 plus list 2, first you will, it's a single list. Okay, list 2 plus list 2 will be a third list. It's a list 3, third list, which will have first list 1 members and then list 2 members. So what is the size of list 3 now? 6 plus 3, 9.
9.
Right? Yes. You can perform, okay, for loop, just like we perform for loop in string. For I in list 2. Okay. So how many times this loop will run? How many times this loop will run?
3.
3. List 2 has 3 values, isn't it? So this loop will run 3 times. And what were the values of I?
4, 8, 12.
Yes. Okay, I in list 2. So list 2 values will be getting to I. So I will be first 4, then 8, and then 12.
12.
I will be 4, 8, 12. And this is going to run 3 times. Yes?
Yeah.
Tomorrow again, we will not meet, okay? Tomorrow again, I want you to practice. We'll meet on Saturday after today's session.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sure. So this is how, you can access the members from list. You can add members. Okay, we have not done about, but you can add to different list. Okay. Now let's write a program to add two members or add two append members. So we have two ways to add. Okay. Let's say I have list 1 or list 1 equal to blank, right? So there are two ways to add. One is adding members using append. Okay, adding members using append. So I'm going to say list 1 dot append. You say 5. So when you add, it added, members are added at the back. At the back. So if I say list 1 dot append 5, list 1 dot append 15, okay, list 1 dot append say 25, okay, dot append say 35. I'm adding 4 different members to it. Now when you print this list 1, okay, by default 5 will be in front because you're adding at the back. Keep on adding, just like a queue. Okay, when first person comes, will be in the front, second person will go at the back, then so on. Okay, so here you see first is 5, right? Then 15, then 20, then 35. It got added at the back. Okay, second way to add is using insert. Insert is like having a recommendation letter. Okay, adding using insert. Insert will take two things. Insert will take position, comma, value. At which position you want to add. Now I am going to say list 1 dot insert I want to add at position 1, which is second position, right? 0 is default first, isn't it? I want to add second position. So I say index 1, position 1, comma, I say 10. Now what happens? The 5 will be at 0 because 5 we are not touching, isn't it? But 15, which was at second position, will go to third because second we are adding 10. So 15 will go to third. This will go to fourth. This will go to fifth. Okay. Now I'm going to say add at. So 0 is 5, 1 is 10, 2 is 15. Now I'll say 3. 3 is 20. Okay. Now let's print this list. After insert, what happens? Okay. You see, it got added at second position and fourth position. Okay, so when you add at fourth position, 0, 1, 2, 3 remains same. Okay, 1, 2, 3 remains same. Fifth, which was earlier at fourth, will move to fifth, which was as fifth will move to sixth. So things will move automatically in insert. Append at the back, you keep adding at the back, there is no impact to the previous numbers. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Now we'll do a
Yes, sir.
program, okay, where we'll read the marks of student, and I'll give you assignment before we end. Okay, so the program is write a program to read marks of 5 students. Calculate total average, etc. Now see, this is the third time we are doing it. First time when we did it, when we did not even learn about loops, right? So we said subject 1 equal to input, subject 2 equal to input, subject 3 equal to input, so on, right? So we use 5 different variables to read. Problem there was that we had to repeat the same thing 5 times. So then we use loops. In loops, what we did, we did not have to repeat it, right? We put input into the for loop, and then we use sum. So we got total, and same variable, okay, was reading all the 5 marks. The problem here is, the advantage is that yes, we did not have to use 5 input, but problem was that marks was getting lost. We lost the marks, isn't it? At the end, you have got the correct total, but you don't have the marks, okay? Because every time you are running the loop, marks is getting overwritten. Again, with third, the fourth. Now that we know list, what we can do is we can save the mark before it is overwritten, isn't it? So we can say sum equal to 0 for I in range 5. We want 5 marks, and I'm going to say m equal to int of input, enter marks for subject. Okay, subject 1. So since input takes only one parameter, I have to use I have to use string concatenation. Enter marks for subject string of I plus 1. I is a number, I plus 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'll put colon here. Okay, so to calculate sum, I'll say sum plus equal to m. But to save the marks, I'm going to create a list here. Okay, and I'm going to say marks equal to empty list, and I'm going to say marks dot append, you put m. So what happens after a loop, you have sum, and also now you have marks. You can perform, you can do whatever you want to. Okay, we have saved the marks. So if you want to print it outside the loop, I'm going to say, okay, I put f here, marks obtained are, okay, here I'm going to put marks, and the total and the total is, right? And here we can put, okay, you got it. Center mass subject 1, say 55, 49, 78, 83, oops, 90. So you got 55, 49, 78, 8 and 90, and the total is 240, 280, right? Answer is 280. Correct? So you have been able to save the marks of all the 5 students. Correct? So this is how we have used append to the marks and save it in a list. Now your assignment is, we will end it here. The assignment is modify this program, modify the above program to read marks of 5 students. What we have done, we have read marks of only 1 student, right? 5 subject marks, but only 1 student. Now I want you to modify it to read 5 students. So you will get list of list. We have already created list, right? So you create list of list. So you'll have, all marks, something like that. Okay, list, and this will have first student marks, then second student, then third student, so on. Okay, try to do this. Any questions before we wrap up?
No, sir.
No, sir.